revisit that. But yeah, those guys are all great researchers, especially Julia and Meg in the Discord. People are
Yeah,
always helping me out with stuff, answering my questions. But
a great
think
community.
we're about to wrap. Go to the usual spots, guys. ZodiacCiphers.com. I still need to watch both those Kelly movies, so I'll probably try to get one on tonight and get some stuff posted on my channel. That I mean, if you like the Australian SWAT, uniform, that's cool. I mean, it makes sense. It's definitely rectangular. It's just
Yeah,
Voight seems to think that Zodiac did that as a taunt. I'm just like, Zodiac spends all his time taunting SFPD and the FBI. Like, does he really care to taunt Australian police in another continent far away? Now, the Ned
no,
Kelly thing, if he's Irish, he's like, oh, yeah, he's all over that. You know what I mean? Because Ned Kelly is like a hero. He's a criminal, but the way the
yeah,
public looks at him, he's like a hero down there. You know what I mean? So he's like, whereas Robin Hood's whole thing is like steal from the rich and give to the poor, Ned Kelly was kind of just robbing people and getting in shootouts with police. But it is what it is. Everybody has their own, different interpretation of these crimes. So maybe I was a little bit, maybe I was a little off on that timeline of how. But I mean, again, if Ned Kelly is only 8 years before Jack the Ripper, then that bespeaks a closer connection. Because if Zodiac is tuned into Jack, how's he going to miss that Ned Kelly crime from 8 years earlier? If he's going into like history books and true crime, whatever magazines and books, and looks up like what are the biggest crimes of the turn of the century, I gotta assume that that's going to come up, right? I gotta assume that that's going to come up. So
I've talked with somebody who told me I don't know if it's true. I need to fact check, but if it's true, it's huge. In the week of the last victim of Jack the Ripper, H. Holmes left London for Boston.
hmm.
It's huge because we know that H. Holmes was the first, let's say, uh, serial killer, and it could be, if it's true, if it's true, it could be Jack the Ripper. It,
Yeah, I've heard that H. Holmes floated. Well, I guess what's his name?
but I need to fact check to see if it's
Uh,
true.
yeah, so he's born in New Hampshire, which is where I'm from. That's interesting.
Mhm.
I think Martin Scorsese and is it Martin? Is it Scorsese? I think it is Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio are doing an H. Holmes movie. So that should be pretty crazy with how
Really?
how talented they both. Yeah, I think it's The Devil in the White something. I forget what the title is. Was there's a couple articles out about it. I've
Excellent.
definitely heard the Holmes theory floated for Jack before,
Mm.
um, but
Like I told you, that this is one information that I need to fact check because I don't know if it's true, but
yeah, I don't think H. Holmes is the first serial killer though, because Jolly Jane Toppins, she was a nurse that was killing her uh,
mm,
clients. She's born
yeah,
in Boston in 1854 and died in 38, and she killed
way
I think
before.
28 or
Yeah.
30 people. So I think she might have been active killing people before Holmes was. And again, I'm not an expert on the Holmes case or Jolly Jane Toppins, but yeah,
No, no, no.
it's
Me
a lot
neither.
more common in that era than people think it is. And also, you're talking about an era before forensics, before cameras, so it was way easier to be a serial killer in that time,
Oh yeah.
than even Zodiac's era, which Zodiac even seemed to get by some things. But